Hey up, me chaps, Radio Free Swindon here. Just a quick broadcast. Just to alert you to beware of lies. Continuing my theme on fake news. Now this is it's an interesting little story that apparently they had a roof failure in the Houses of Parliament, and some said it was our old King Alfred up on the roof lobbing the tiles off from the century 0984. But you have to be careful, because someone said that I listened to that it was raw sewage flowing from a burst pipe, and then you think, hang on, let's just have a listen to it first, and I'll have a bit of a rant about it, a mini rant, because I'm not that angry today, because I don't know why, it just seems funny now, but anyway, so listen to this.
Steve and Dave use eToro to invest in the financial markets. Steve does research on global investment.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. I hope I can complete my speech before rain stops play. And I think there's probably some kind of symbol about how many people view how broken Parliament is going on there. But let's return to the matter in hand. And I want to congratulate the member for Aberdeen South.
A point of order, Sir William Cash.
I wondered what was going on. Is it hot air that's escaping from in here?
Somebody might say there's a leak in Parliament at the moment, so we'll take it from there, just in manners.
I'm sure many cabinet meetings have similar difficulties, Mr. Deputy Speaker.
No photographs. Okay, you're holding it up.
I'll carry on. The HMRC statement says the government anticipates that some of these individuals will become insolvent as a result. This measure is not expected to have a material impact on family formation, stability or breakdown. And I find that statement unbelievable on two counts. The first is how little understanding and empathy there is for those who face bankruptcy. Anyone who has spent more than 5 minutes in the real world will know that individual insolvency has a massive impact on families. The other huge reservation I have about this is where it appears to be saying, on the one hand, it has not made an assessment on the number of bankruptcies, but it does claim that there will be some insolvencies. If people have to be made bankrupt, then I think we all are clear that something has gone terribly wrong. And finally, Mr. Deputy Speaker, before we get the paddles out, I would like to ask the government to think about what kind of message this whole mess is sending out to entrepreneurs, the people the Conservative Party once used to consider the bedrock of their support. Under this government, those people are being left with the very distinct impression that HMRC are prioritising recovery over tax revenue over justice by targeting individuals rather than the promoters of the scheme, many of whom still enjoy generous contracts with government. They knew what they were doing but appear to have accepted no responsibility for the actions they face and face no consequences. And the suggestion that some public sector employers were insisting that the people paying the price now would only be employed if they agreed to accept the kind of contracts that HMRC are now declaring unlawful is an absolute outrage.
I'm going to suspend the sitting, and when we come back, the bells will ring 2 minutes before we restart. So the sitting is now suspended, and no photographs, please. Order! Order.
I beg to move that this House do now adjourn.
Order. This House now stands adjourned. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, a couple of things I want to say about that. The allegation that it was raw sewage pumping into our Houses of our illustrious Houses of Parliament, the oldest Parliament in the world, is probably not all that correct. Probably being economical with the truth there. I mean, from a basic principle of logic, why would you put a sewer pipe in the roof? Because you'd have to pump it up there and then pump it down again. And I know our House of Commons is a bit shit, but I think our plumbers are probably a bit better than that. But they're all Polish now. But no, Poland's one of our oldest allies. So I'm not anti-Polish. But yeah, just amusing. The one thing you ought to take from that is England, or rather Britain, does its politics in a bus stop when a fucking roof leaks and no bastard turns up. Look at all the empty benches. I mean, why couldn't they get a brolly? Roof might leak, we'll better get a brolly. But yeah, anyway. Not that coherent a point today, but it's just indicative of the fucking state of our fucking Vichy government, isn't it? I mean, the idea that our parliament has a leak in the roof. Fucking hell. What the fuck's going on? Ready for Swindon? Keep smiling through. Fucking hell.